Poppy K and her weekly vlogs, shopping, reading and her monologues. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs. Poppy K, subscribe, like, comment and share. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm on papers today, so up early, a lot cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday, I'm just going to turn off, turn the media off. Right, there we go. Yeah, yesterday it was like 20 odd degrees. So today, down about 6 degrees. I don't think we had any rain. We might have done actually, looking at the road. We might have had a little bit of rain. But yeah, so I have started to read Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm only 30 odd pages in at the minute. I have read it before, but I don't know about you, but in my head, I kind of forget books that I've read. So, do you know what I mean? I read them, and I don't mean I forget them, but after I've read them, after a while, I just don't remember them. So either that's a good thing or a bad thing. When I went to my brother's the other week, he said to me, how many times have you read Harry Potter? I said, oh, well, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 times. And he said to me, I can only read a book once and then that's it. You know, I've read it, I know what it's. I'm like, I wish I could be like that, but I quite enjoy it because it's sort of like reading a new book again. So yeah, but I've got the rest of the series because I've only read Powerless. I haven't read the rest of the series. So because Reckless came out not so long ago, we had it in the shop, so I picked it up. So that is what I'm reading. I'm also reading alongside that Charles Dickens. Oh my gosh, Chef's Kiss. It is just everything you want a Charles Dickens classic novel to be. I've read a couple of his books. What's the Great Expectations? I might have to read that again because I did that for school or uni. And no, was it school? I think it was school or uni or college. It was one of the three. So I might read that again, but my very favourite Charles Dickens novel is Hard Times. If you have not read that, I would highly recommend. It's about the North basically. It's the cotton trade, the factories, things like that. I might have to read it again because that is one of my all-time favourite books, and it's one of the only ones I believe that Charles Dickens wrote not in London. That's probably why I like it so much, being a northern bird myself. But yeah, David Copperfield, I do want to also read, is it the Presswick Papers, I think? But yeah, I think I'm going to go on a Charles Dickens sort of thing. I am also obviously reading a little bit of The Lord of the Rings. I started that last year. No, I didn't start that last year. I started it a few months ago. I watched The Hobbit when I went over to my mum's. We watched it with the kids, the first one. I haven't seen any of the others yet. So, but yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to watching the rest of those. Thing is though, with me and films like that, I think you've got to have it cozy, warm, raining outside. So it's, you know, it's that sort of thing. And I feel like that sometimes about reading. Usually my reading backs off during the summer months because we're getting new stuff in Domino's, I don't know, either moving in or out of an office. Yeah, so that is my update. We are going away for the weekend. It's bank holiday, May bank holiday, the first one, and we're going up to the Peak District. We're going to go to Hardwick Hall. We're going to National Trust places, so we're having a National Trust weekend. So you'll see a little bit of that on here, but if you want the full lot, pop on over to Vagrants on Vacation and you'll see the whole adventure. We've got some new gadgets to use over there as well, which I'm quite excited about. So we shall see. This junction is a pain in the backside. In the daytime, there's a bit of a bend and you can't really see if there's a car coming. It's better in the winter because obviously you can see the headlights, but never mind. So that is me almost at work to do the papers, which look like they've just arrived. So that's good. And I will catch up with you a little bit later. Might be the papers or it might be in post, who knows. But yeah, I'll catch up with you later. work now. And I'm just unpacking. I've got I'll show you the box. Got some new crockery, and it was reduced. So I got this crockery. It was reduced from 50 down to 34.30. But because it's now home F&F and home. That's everybody who works at Tesco. You get 20% usually off clothing, and now that home's come under, you get 20% off that as well. So basically, I've got a dinner set for half price, which is pretty good. It's quite Denby. It's Fox and Ivy. I really like that stoneware. That is going to be our new crockery. So I'm going to put the old stuff in here. Yeah, so that's the side plate, and that's the dinner plate. So that was a bit of a bargain. Oh God, it's really warm today. Warmer than it was yesterday, and yesterday was supposed to be like the hottest day of the year so far. I actually didn't think it was that hot, but I think it's because I've still got all my uniform on. And I did my shopping, got to the car, and I'd left my keys upstairs in the toilet, in the staff toilets. So I had to go all the way back, and that's the bowls. Nice bowl. I'm pleased with that. Not bad at all. Good. More cardboard boxes to get rid of. Yeah, so I paid for my shopping, got to the car, and I was like, ugh, fog girly, I've left them upstairs. I'm doing more and more stuff like that. Just not funny. Right, so that was my exciting news for today. I'm going to finish doing this, give these a quick wash, and then I don't know, well, I need to figure out what I'm taking with me for our weekend away, because I'm going tomorrow morning. So I need to figure that out, and then I'll come back to you and see how you're doing. So I'll catch you in a bit. Well, hello. Today we are off to the Peak District. We are going to 3 houses. One of them I know, the other 2 I can't remember. So we're going to go to Hardwick Hall and 2 other places. We're going to Hardwick Hall tomorrow, and we're doing one today on the way up, and then we're doing one on Monday on the way down. So weather has changed a little bit, so we just have to wrap up a little bit more. The only reason is, it's going back to normal, what I would call normal temperatures. But because we've had it so warm, it's not going to feel like it. But I've still got the sun cream and all that sort of stuff, so I'll put that on when we get to wherever we're going to. So we've got all the stuff ready, all our bags. So I will fill you in a little bit when we get to wherever we're going.
longer than a few minutes later.
Well, hello. How are we? Today is Tuesday. I've just got myself a nice cup of tea. And before I upload this video, I just wanted to fill you in on what we've done. So as you could see earlier on, we went up to the Peak District, stayed in a hotel, went to we basically had, you know, like in the Butlins, they have the Butlins Weekender, 80s, rave, whatever. We had the National Trust Weekender this weekend. So that's what we did. I'm going to show you what I picked up from the shops and what we're going to do. Well, I'll show you on our thing first, but I want to get a blanket, or I'm either going to knit a square and then put one of these in, or I'm going to get a blanket. But everywhere started to do like these patches, and ever since my battle jacket has been done, I'm quite into it. So we've got Bolsover Castle, which was the last place that we went to, then Cork Abbey, and then Hardwick Hall. And then flip you round, on here we've got Hardwick Hall, Bolsover Castle, Bolsover Castle, and Cork Abbey there. So as you can see, we collect, if we go anywhere, pin badges and such. So that's our little board, which I think is really cool. So yeah, that's it. There's nothing really. I have done no reading. That won't surprise you. I've done no reading. Hopefully I will get some done this week. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.